All right, hello, Steve. You're on.
Yes, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good.
And in case you guys never heard of him, Steve Orfield's. You did you create Orfield Labs or you actually run as as a CEO? Cause like did you
I
found?
started I started the company 44 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And one thing that's actually fascinating about it for me is the world's quietest room. That's crazy. so so could you talk about that? And along with the rest, but in particular the world's quietest room.
That's fine. First of all, Orfield Labs in Minneapolis is the nation's only building performance lab. So therefore, we work in acoustics, in
Ah,
audiovisual, we work in lighting, we work in daylighting, we work in thermal comfort, we work in indoor air quality. And our interest in architecture is to create perceptually comfortable buildings that people prefer, which is not done very often. We also work in corporate research, so we're the folks who started the American sound quality movement and helped Harley Davidson and Whirlpool and Black& and Decker and Cessna Aircraft and many others to create products that sounded the way people would like them to sound if they could tell them.
nice.
With regard to the anechoic chamber, part of our 15,000-foot lab in Minneapolis is a federally accredited acoustic lab, which has three reverberation chambers and has one anechoic chamber. Reverberation chambers are just about perfectly reflective rooms that are used for certain kinds of product testing. And an anechoic chamber is a room that's the opposite, that's extremely dead or highly absorbent, and is also used for all kinds of standardized testing and for research testing. Our particular chamber is a chamber within a chamber within a chamber. So it's a 8 by 10 by 12-foot room with wedges pointing from the floor and the walls and the ceiling with 1 meter long wedges. And it's made out of a six-sided double-walled steel box that floats on springs in a pit. And then on the edge of the pit, there's another five-sided box covering that. And then there's a 12-inch concrete building built around that second box. So we've got three layers of attenuation.
Wow, that's so interesting. And in, you've been in the industry for over 27 years. That's a long time. So so how did your career come about? Like, I'm sure you went to college for a long time. Then you started to get a job, and then eventually you founded a company.
Well, I went to work for somebody for about 6 months and discovered that I didn't like working for people, and so I started a company based on an interest in being able to do the things that I wanted to do at the speed that I wanted to do them. And the company started out in the basement of a duplex that I owned, and then it went to a storefront that I bought, and finally it went in 1990 to the headquarters that we have on the edge of downtown Minneapolis. So I think that the company was created due to an impatience that I had not to make money, but to do interesting things and to do them the way that I wanted to do them.
You wanted to work for yourself and not
Well,
having to rely
I
on.
didn't necessarily want to work for myself, but I didn't find anything else that would give me as much freedom. So it wasn't so much being uh, not being in an organization, but it was a lot about being in charge.
Wow. So and besides you do all this stuff and you had done research for private companies. Talk about the part where it's the quietest. It's called the anechoic chamber, if I'm right.
The anechoic chamber it was originally recognized by Guinness World Records as being the quietest place on Earth in 2005, and we'd submitted it, and our submission was to call it the quietest acoustic lab in the world, and we'd
Wow.
measured it to a minus 9.4 decibels, and 0 decibels is the approximate threshold of perfect human hearing. So people don't hear below zero, but animals hear below zero. So negative decibels simply is with reference to human hearing. So we found out from Guinness that they never had a negative decibel claim, and they just wanted to call it the quietest place on Earth, which we said was fine. So it's been in Guinness ever since it's on their website. It's one of their most popular records, and in 2013, we improved that room so that it was minus 13 decibels to change the record. The other record we have here is the building that that lab is attached to, which is our headquarters, was originally built in 1970 by a client of mine as a recording studio. It was called Sound 80 Studios. And Guinness has recognized that recording studio as being the world's first digital recording studio. So 3M in the Twin Cities here invented multi-track digital audio, and the first studio to have it was this studio. And the studio that was here at the time is still fully intact. So we use those rooms for other things now, but Studio 1, where Bob Dylan did Blood on the Tracks, is still fully intact as a historical studio. And it's considered the most important modern studio in the world.
Wow. And that's awesome. And so how would actually, if you're actually in the quiet room, how would it actually make you mad exactly? Because the longest you could stay is like 45 minutes. My negative 9 decibels.
There's recording about how long you can stay, and the recording is incorrect. Different people have different tolerances, but once you've been in there 30 or 45 minutes, and we usually have people sit in the dark so that they're disoriented. Once you're in there about 45 minutes, you can hear your heartbeat. You can hear the joints in your arms and legs moving.
I gotta try this out.
You can hear the sounds that your ears make when they're in quiet.
Oh, man.
You sometimes can hear your lungs flow. So you hear a lot of things that you wouldn't hear in any other environment.
Oh, I gotta try this out.
Some people like that, and some people are quite frightened by it.
So, like, reactions would be like they would have like what reactions would people have like once they're like mad? Would they be all panicking?
Yeah, some people panic and want to get right out. Other people find it very comfortable.
Oh, wow. You've tried a machine yourself. How the place yourself? How long have you been?
I've been in there for about half an hour, and it doesn't particularly bother me. It's a nice feeling. The only issue is that I have a mechanical heart valve, and I can hear my heart valve clicking when I sit in the chamber.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
But I can hear it clicking at nighttime too, and so it's not an unusual thing.
So, what is the budgeting for this? I'm sure it's probably costs millions. That's my guess.
Well, a typical anechoic chamber, a typical small anechoic chamber costs something like $1 million.
Oh, wow.
There are huge anechoic chambers. The Boeing aircraft company has one that's big enough to drive an airliner in, and it probably costs $100 million.
Oh, man.
So the size of the chamber you have is really a function of the largest things you're going to test in it. So our chamber was originally designed to test smaller things, and so we can't measure things that's more than a certain length or width in that chamber, much like in our reverberation rooms. The larger your product, the larger the room.
Oh, you won't be able to test anything bigger than a person, I would assume.
Oh, it's something in that range. So we test all kinds of products for all kinds of different companies, and ours is the only anechoic chamber that's available for public customers to use, because the rest of the accredited chambers in the United States are in private company laboratories.
They're not accessible to the public.
They're not open to the public, right?
So yours is actually one of the only ones that are actually available to the public, I would assume.
It's the only one.
Oh, man, that's unbelievable.
It's the only one in the United States, anyway. Now, there may be anechoic chambers that aren't accredited. Ours is accredited by NIST, by the federal government, as being accurate. Now, there may be others that aren't accredited, but from among the accredited chambers, ours is the only one that's publicly available.
Wow. So, I'm sure nobody had to go to the hospital, like in the worst case scenario, I would hope, that from using.
No, when astronauts go into space, they're going into an anechoic environment.
Oh.
Right? So NASA trains their astronauts in anechoic chambers because when they get into space, their hearing is going to get much more sensitive because the background is going to be much quieter. So it used to be thought that we had an absolute threshold threshold of hearing, and now it's known that we have a plastic threshold, and as we get to quieter spaces, we hear things we've never heard before.
That's crazy. Do you know anybody that has actually tried machine that's like a celebrity or anybody that I might have heard of?
Well, the national TV networks have been here. So NBC has this chamber featured on the NBC Today show. CBS has this chamber featured on the morning show. Canadian National Broadcasting, CBC, has it featured on a radio show called As It Happens.
Pass through 2 volts and you can reach the world's quietest place, an anechoic.
And in film. So if your listeners want to Google Orfield Labs and see what they find, you'll find thousands and thousands of websites it's on. You'll find many articles from people who visited here and done reporting on it. They can see the CBS piece and the NBC piece because they're on the web.
Wow. So you made this public ever since it was founded, or maybe it took a few years after it was founded in order for this place to be available to public?
This laboratory that we have was built in 1995. Okay, so we started our company in 71, but we decided to become a laboratory in acoustics in 1995. So we built the building. We bought this building, then we designed an addition for it, and in that addition we put our acoustic lab, and that was opened in 1995.
Wow. So how come it can't be the record for staying in there? How come it can't be any longer than 45 minutes? Has anybody actually tried to go beyond that, or?
No, we've had no contest because there is no record for how long a person is in the chamber. That's been a false report that's broadly reported, but the Guinness has no records for how long anybody's been in the chamber. The only record is for how quiet it is.
Oh.
So we're looking at maybe later this year at doing a contest, but nothing has ever been done so far. So the idea that 45 minutes is how long people can get it is just simply bad reporting.
Oh. Well, maybe it's just they just hypothesize, maybe like they may say that's like a theory, like anybody who's trying to stay there, because like ever since they heard your report that you've had like a -9 decibels, people actually went to try it, and then like people took note of how long people stay there, and then the longest one stay at 45 minutes, which.
Well, that's not true. That's simply not true. Where the 45 minutes came from is that when we have national and international reporters who we want to do a story with, then we suggest that the reporter spend 45 minutes in the chamber to understand what silence is about. So the 45 minutes came from an interview that I did with the London Daily Mail. Now, that interview was reported incorrectly as saying no one had ever stayed there longer than that. That's simply not true.
Oh, so that means you didn't want to make it like a contest or anything. You just were challenging people to stay there for like 45 minutes or however you weren't specific on that.
We weren't challenging people. We were trying to teach the news media what it was they were reporting about.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't know what silence is, it's harder to talk about it.
Oh, you have to like be there, and unless you're actually there, you wouldn't really know what it's like.
No, that's right. And the people who are listening to your report, if I'm at home watching NBC, I can see the chamber, but I can't tell what it sounds like because TV can't handle sounds that are that low. So the only way to experience it is to be there.
Oh man, I have got to go over there and try it. But by the way, how could actually other people go and try this out? I don't have that much money to
go. The only way you come here is by appointment, and then there's a cost because we have to take the chamber offline when people want to visit it. So if anybody's interested, they can send a note to info@orfieldlabs.com, and we can send them out some background information.
Oh, like what do you mean by offline and background information?
If somebody wants to know how to visit here, we can send them an explanation of the place and what it costs to visit and
So how much would it cost, like range? Because I don't have that much money.
It costs us about $350 an hour to take the chamber offline.
Oh. So what does it mean when taking something offline in this
Meaning
case?
not use it commercially.
Oh. Wow, that's very interesting. And have there ever been like speaking of commercially, have there ever been like people like trying to advertise anything on TV and they were standing in the room? Or
No. Anybody who would do that would have to have that authorized by us.
ah.
And we don't let people endorse products there. We don't have any arrangements where people are
Because of
using that
legality
room
issues.
as part of advertising. We serve a lot of clients, and the only way anybody could do that is if, in fact, we'd done some measurement, and they simply wanted us to validate that something was true.
I see.
But it's not being used as an advertising space.
So you have to send an email to info@orfieldlabs.com, and then you're gonna send something by like email of pricing, etc. $350.
Yeah, and whoever's sending it should give us their name, give us their address and their contact information, so we know who we're dealing with.
How many people like go there whenever they can? Like, has there been like hundreds, thousands?
There have been thousands.
Wow.
And we get requests most every day to have people come.
Have you guys ever thought of like making the place even quieter?
We have made it quieter. Yeah. It was in 2005. It was minus 9.4 decibels. Now it's minus 13, and I'm sure we'll make it quieter yet.
Oh man, what could be beyond that? I wonder.
Well, you can go down to minus 20 if you'd want, for example. But we have to figure out ways of doing that.
So imagine -9, you get to hear your heartbeat, your lungs sometimes, your muscles, what sound your ears make. Can you imagine like beyond that? Oh man. I can't even think about it. Maybe you'll hear like your stomach or any parts of your organs.
If somebody's stomach is gurgling, everybody who's in the room can hear it easily.
That is crazy.
So if you were an astronaut and you were in space, any bodily sounds that you produced, everybody on the spacecraft would know about.
That is unbelievable. I have to go over there and try it. So you said it was like around $350 an hour?
Around $350 an hour, and we have to schedule it so that it doesn't conflict with things we're doing.
Oh, so that means the place can be public, which actually, hats off to you, because I don't think there's any other place to my knowledge that it can be made public, because everything else it would be private. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate for you to make it public. That's a good thing you did, because like that gives us all a chance to actually go try it, and hopefully in the future I will go over there. What were you gonna say?
No, I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, so as far as the projects, is there anything upcoming projects, or I know you work privately, but like whatever you can say.
Many of our projects are private, but we do measurement of medical products. We do measurement of automotive products. We do measurement of appliances. We do measurement of tools. We do anything you could imagine that makes noise might be a product we measure, but we don't disclose
obviously
clients unless the client chooses to disclose. So some clients have indicated that they come here for testing. For example, Whirlpool Corporation has publicly identified us as a source of appliance testing, and so it's fine to mention their name. Harley Davidson has mentioned us as a consultant who worked with them on the sound of their motorcycle, so it's okay to mention their name. So some of our clients are public, most of them are not.
So so with the labs, you could test medical supplies, stuff for motorcycles, appliances.
You don't measure motorcycles in a chamber.
I mean, like the sound of it, right?
there are many medical products. There are many medical devices that are put in hospitals, for example, that might be near a patient, that might be like infusion pumps that are pumping drugs into people. That the manufacturer would like to be quiet enough so that they don't keep the patient awake. And we can measure those. There are many sleep apnea products that people use when they don't breathe right when they sleep, and we measure those. We've measured the heart pulsing systems that are implanted in people when their hearts have an irregular beat.
Oh, wow.
We've measured the switches on the dashboard of cars. We've measured hearing aids. We've measured all kinds of things.
Wow. I seriously want to go over there and try it. Later on in a few months, I'll see if I can send an email, because I want to go over there and try it, or at least get info. Because like I'm not the one that has like that much money, but at least something to keep in mind, so that I can go over there and try it. Is there any upcoming, like, any events where you're like, is there any like fundraisers or any conferences or anything coming up?
No, there's nothing scheduled at the moment.
Because like anybody who's listening could actually like see you, like if you speak to a conference, or maybe there's a huge event that's gonna involve like people having a tour of the labs or something like that.
Well, we're going to be doing some fundraising later this year, because we're hoping to make this into a public facility. And so later this year we'll probably be doing some online fundraising and some other kinds of fundraising to bring this building and this process into the public domain, so that it lives on as a historical site.
Damn, you'll be part of history. So, is it possible that the price can actually drop? Because like $350, most people don't even have that unless they have a good job. So.
Well, the problem you have is that these are expensive chambers, and as long as they're in private hands, then you have to run a business as a business. But if it goes into the public domain, then it will be a choice of the organization that runs that what to do.
Oh, so that means even though you founded it and you created the labs, you have like almost, could I say, treaties with other private corporations, and they actually, it's like on a contract that I can imagine that you had to like charge people a lot of money because we work with us. But the moment you make that place public, or maybe build another lab similar to that one, then obviously it's your choice whether you want to charge people high or not. Did I get that right?
It's never a choice, because if we built another one, it may cost $1 million, and whether it's a nonprofit or not, people have to pay for what they do, and that's why museums charge costs for visiting and others do. So somehow you've got to make up the cost of what you do.
So what would have to happen so that this place is in public domain and the price can drop, etc., and you can have full control rather than relying on private companies?
Well, if this goes into the public domain, which we think it will, we'll still be operating our company here. But there'll be many other things happening. For example, we're hoping to bring back the recording mission so that people are able for a fee to do recordings here. And there'll probably be more public tours, because there'll be someone to do them. Right now, our problem with doing public tours is we have to use our existing staff who is busy with other things. And if it becomes public, then there'll probably be volunteers who'll be willing to run tours, which would take that burden off of our staff.
Of course. So you said something about a recording commission. You had to bring it back. What exactly happened then?
This is the world's first digital recording studio, and so we're hoping eventually to take those studios and to bring them back into a public offering, so that people who want to record where Bob Dylan recorded can, for a fee, come in and record.
I hope it's just the pricing that's the issue, because most people don't even have that much money. So if the higher the price, then less people will.
People who record at good studios have money.
So with this one,
people who record at home, but if you're talking about professional musicians and you're talking about people who do formal recording, they spend money.
But I'm sure wherever they record is probably more expensive. So, wow. I hope I could. I hope I could go try this out. And so, so you're the one that answers the emails, or is one of the staff members? Was I think Shelly, was it? So
Sherry handles the
Sherry,
emails.
Sherry. Oh, okay. So I have to do that then. Okay. Thank you. Wait, before you go, what do you want to say to the rest of the listeners? Because I never even thought I would have a chance to talk to you, because I understand you're very busy, and I appreciate you take the time to come on.
Sure. Well, one of our missions is to design buildings. So we do the acoustics and the lighting, the daylighting, and the thermal comfort, and the indoor air quality. And recently, about 5 years ago, we developed standards for doing buildings based on 90-year-old human perception for elderly. And then more recently, we developed standards for doing buildings for folks who are on the spectrum, for folks who are autistic. And so one of our missions in life is to get more and more people who are involved in the building of buildings, to build buildings that are perceptually sensitive, so that the elderly and the 30 or 40% of people with perceptual and cognitive disabilities will have buildings that are gentler and easier for them to be in. So if there's anything that I would say to your readers, is if you have anything to do with the design of buildings, we'd love to talk to you, because there's a mission to build buildings that rather than just looking good to the architect who designed them, are nice places for the people who use them.
So yeah, and hopefully anybody listening would help. And you said it was you couldn't have a one for public domain because of money issues, right?
I'm sorry?
You say it's one of your next goals is to have the Orfield Labs in public domain rather than having it private.
What we're looking at is that I've run this business for 40-odd years, and whenever I retire, whenever I'm gone, I would like this facility to be in the public domain so people can enjoy it. And we'd like it to be on the National Historic Register, and we'd like it to be a site that people visit. So what I'm saying is, at some point, I'd like to transfer that into the public domain and have it run by a nonprofit, so that it continues on in its mission and doesn't get torn down and just be another historic building that sadly has been lost.
And doesn't get sold to any other corporation or anything like that.
So we'd rather sell it off to a nonprofit that thinks our mission is important than to a for-profit corporation who will just take it completely private.
And will probably destroy it and God knows what.
That's right. I mean, before we bought this building, the people who were looking at buying it wanted to make a paint warehouse out of it. And it would have destroyed all the history instantly.
Oh, man. That would be painful.
So when we bought it in 1990, we preserved a building that at that time wasn't very well known, but that it really had an important mission. And then in 1995, we added an acoustic lab, which has become world famous. So we're very interested in the fact that the good things that are here continue on for many more years.
Well, there you have it. Thank you for being on, Steve. Steven or Steve?
Steve is fine.
Steven. Okay. Thank you for being on, and hopefully I can have you on again soon. Thank you for being on the show. And if I'm down there, I'll check it out, and I'll see that I can schedule something there.
That sounds fine. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. Wow. I feel speechless right now. Speechless. Speechless because it's the quietest room, and I would really like to go out there and try it. So hopefully I will, and a bunch of other people will go over there and try it, because it's a hell of a learning experience, and I never heard of my heartbeat and my muscles, etc. And I want to have a chance to even go nuts for a bit. So, go out there, enjoy yourself, and enjoy life, Just enjoy it.